happy almost New Year. I promise to be here with 2 videos for you before that happens. And this one we're going to talk about just publishing course content, how to strategically do it, and what different pieces you can use to create an amazing course and also to promote your course. And the other video is about taking a course content package and turning it into a membership. So that's coming later, but for now, let's dive deep into the topic at hand. Okay, so in our package, we carefully selected these items because they do create great courses. We have the course ebook, a 7-day challenge, a course journal, planner, a 1-month planner, and also you can upgrade to the workbook and the checklist for each course, which is always a great idea because it really adds action-oriented content. So the Better Me package in particular has 12 complete course packages. So you have enough for the entire year, which is a reason we're going to talk about memberships in the next video. But we've carefully selected the content for these. And each month has a course ebook, a 7-day challenge, a journal, and a 1-month planner because each course is meant to represent each month. And also there's an upgrade option to a workbook and a checklist, which is always great because that's action-oriented content. So let's talk about publishing these things. So let's talk about the course ebook because you got a bunch of written content, right? So it can be a downloadable ebook. It could become a printed book. You could combine all the courses into an actual large book. You would have a full-size book in that case that could be printed and shipped, could be downloadable, however you would like to do it. You can also break up each section into little lessons and put them into a platform like Kajabi, which is something that we use for our courses. And it's a great way to get people coming back to your website over and over again, right? Because if people grab a download from you, they grab it, they download it, they may never open it. Or they do, but that's it, right? Hopefully you're following up by email. I know you are, that you're growing your list and you're doing that. But having a platform like Kajabi or some other course platform means that people they log in. They're part of your website, right? And if you have a community, like we have a message board there, then they're coming back. They're remembering where they got this. It's in their mind. You are maybe posting updates in the community and things like that. Kajabi also offers great features where you can do live sessions inside the courses, but they only allow 100 people, so at least the last time I looked. So we usually end up using Zoom or GoToWebinar or something like that. But that's one way to kind of keep people coming in. And when you're using done for you content too, the course book, it's done for you. Or if you're creating your own, or you're hiring someone, or you're using a AI tool to create your own courses, that's the foundation, right? And you should be reviewing the content, adding some examples, personal experiences, or experiences of your clients, obviously being very careful of their privacy, no names unless you have permission and things like that. Or just examples, just really, making the content more real and understandable. Or turning, also you've got this written content. You can take it and you can create audios from it. If you use a tool, there's an free Amazon tool that allows you to create audio recordings with decent voices now. For a while they were robotic, weird sounding voices, but they've improved their tool and it's free to use. I think you will start paying after a certain amount, but it's also very affordable if you end up getting there. But it creates audio from the written text, and you can choose different voices. We also use a tool called 11 Labs to actually clone our voice. So that one does cost money, but that's what you hear a lot in our members area, where the content is mostly written, but just as a service to our customers who prefer to listen, then we have the audio written there. So lots of different ways to take that course book and turn it into content. You can break it up into articles as well. There's different sections in it, and those could each be a thing. They could be a script for a video that you create, whether you're using your voice or a voice to creating it with that. A lot of this personal development type stuff, you could use a tool like Pictory to create automated videos, because it's not really it's personal development content, so you don't always have to have like very specific visuals, more like you're trying to create a mood of, being more self-confident or something like that. So it'd be easy to create videos out of that. We do have our Create High Value courses with AI tools training. So if you don't have that one, that shows you how to do a lot of that stuff very simply and easily, and create a better experience for your customers. Our packages also include the 7-day challenges, which are a great way, obviously, to engage your audience, get them taking action using your course content, and all those wonderful things that mean your clients and customers are getting results so that they can share their results with others, and then also, come back for more. In my experience, like I've been doing challenges for many, many years. And sometimes it's 30 days. Often it's 30 days if it's a more involved process. I think product creation and things like that, so many moving parts. I think on a personal development type topic, you are just trying to create new habits. You may not want to overwhelm, and you just want people to get some wins, start changing their mindset a little bit and thinking differently. You can offer a 7-day challenge for free to grow your list. I would say if you don't have a list yet, a challenge is a great way to get people engaged. But I do find when they pay, they are often more dedicated to doing it. So you can publish it different ways. Our package comes with the text that you need. Very simple, easy to apply challenges, because you don't want to overwhelm your people with too much to do or too much to read. But maybe you will add some audio thoughts, video thoughts for each day to help them out even more. And you can post it in Kajabi. We use Kajabi as noted, that there actually is a challenge component to it, and it's part of the community. So if you've been part of our challenges, you know that we have that. I've done challenges in Facebook groups, so I would set up a private Facebook group and it just gets scheduled. The posts get scheduled, and I think I've even done challenges before you could even schedule posts. So it was doing it manually. Now you can just schedule. Everybody kind of leaves a comment each day, and then you continue on. But challenges are a really great way to add a lot of value to what you're offering. Journals are definitely a big value add to courses, especially in personal development, or people are trying to achieve goals and change their mindset, because they make people think, and journaling is a great practice. And you do have to probably keep in mind that not everybody is going to journal, but there is still when we give you these journals in this package, there's actually the prompts. There's 50 prompts for each topic, and they are listed separately. So you could actually just share them separately into maybe a social media post, a community post with your course or something like that, or talk about them in some live training that you do. For those who love journaling, they might print them out and use them. Then they're a way to give people a way to think about things a little more deeply. And if you can get really good at creating journal prompts, it's a really excellent thing for people, because maybe your course teaches them how to do a basic thing, but the journal could kind of take it to another level. And we have a free tutorial, actually, I'll make sure to link to it for you, that also teaches you how to make these meaningful journaling prompts, so you can go beyond what we've created for you. Ways to publish it. I think a journal is something that is wonderful to add to a course. If it's a high ticket item, it could be something you get printed and shipped directly to your customer as well. They'll have that beautiful book in their hands. You can add your branding, a personal note, and other wonderful things. It can just be a download. It could be, you could take those prompts and it could be an email a day, like for them to think about. Lots of different ways you could use these prompts. Now let's get into more action-oriented content, and that's the planner. So in our package, we have 12 courses, right? So each planner included is for 1 month, so that you can move on to the next planner each month. And the pages help them get organized. There's like an action plan there's a 1 month planner and then a weekly planner where they have space for each day. And there's a tip for action for the month. There's some sayings that, keep whatever they're trying to accomplish in mind. You can use planners as part of your training too, right? So you have the course book and all this stuff that gives them the meat and potatoes of what you're trying to teach. But you can do sessions on using their planner, showing them how to plan their days, maybe giving them tips on how to be more, in this case, we're looking on the screen, we're looking at our productivity and focus planner, right? So you would give them different things that they could incorporate into their weekly plan or into their monthly plan to ensure that they are, being productive and focused on the things that they need to be. In the case of the planner, I would say it would be a digital download if you're giving it to them month to month. But if you're giving them the whole entire thing, it could be something that you bind up and it could be printed and shipped to them. Whatever works for you. And if you can add extra things to it, if there are certain types of pages where you think that there would be some checklists or something that would be useful, tracking things, maybe tracking their productivity. And that's the thing about this kind of course content. We're talking about productivity and focus, but that could be related to any topic. It could be productivity and focus for athletes. It could be for, CEOs, whoever your audience is. And that's why everything is fully editable. So, the graphics you can open up in Canva, easily swap out that background image, and you can adapt it to whatever it needs. Because the more, meaningful and directly related to your audience's, experience or the goals they want to achieve, then the better your content is. And because it's already kind of done for you here, it's easy to make those adjustments. If you're starting from scratch, you kind of have to come up with the whole thing, put it together, and customize it as well. So it saves you a lot of time. Now let's get into more action-oriented content, and that's the planner. So in our package, we have 12 courses, right? So each planner included is for 1 month, so that you can move on to the next planner each month. And the pages help them get organized. There's like an action plan there's a 1 month planner and then a weekly planner where they have space for each day. And there's a tip for action for the month. There's some sayings that, keep whatever they're trying to accomplish in mind. You can use planners as part of your training too, right? So you have the course book and all this stuff that gives them the meat and potatoes of what you're trying to teach. But you can do sessions on using their planner, showing them how to plan their days, maybe giving them tips on how to be more, in this case, we're looking on the screen, we're looking at our productivity and focus planner, right? So you would give them different things that they could incorporate into their weekly plan or into their monthly plan to ensure that they are, being productive and focused on the things that they need to be. In the case of the planner, I would say it would be a digital download if you're giving it to them month to month, but if you're giving them the whole entire thing, it could be something that you bind up and it could be printed and shipped to them. Whatever works for you. And if you can add extra things to it, if there are certain types of pages where you think that there would be some checklists or something that would be useful, tracking things, maybe tracking their productivity. And that's the thing about this kind of course content. We're talking about productivity and focus, but that could be related to any topic. It could be productivity and focus for athletes. It could be for, CEOs, whoever your audience is. And that's why everything is fully editable. So, the graphics you can open up in Canva, easily swap out that background image, and you can adapt it to whatever it needs. Because the more, meaningful and directly related to your audience's, experience or the goals they want to achieve, then the better your content is. And because it's already kind of done for you here, it's easy to make those adjustments. If you're starting from scratch, you kind of have to come up with the whole thing, put it together, and customize it as well. So it saves you a lot of time. And how about workbooks? Another action-oriented piece of content. I keep repeating that phrase because it's important, right? You will have customers who sign up for things and they'll never do anything. And that's going to be a large portion of them, because we all, in our own lives, we know that we buy books, we sign up for things, and we don't do anything. That is natural. But your goal is to try to get as many people to take action as possible, so they get results, so that they talk about you, so that you can have testimonials, so that they'll tell their friends about you. And the workbook can really help with that. Now, the workbook and the checklist, which I'll talk about next, are an optional upgrade. So when you purchase the Better Me package, you can also grab a little upgrade option. You'll see it right as you add it to your cart. And you can get all the workbooks and all the checklists for the 12 topics. But workbooks, obviously, they could even be sold as a separate product, honestly. Like, you might need to, because it's meant to go with the course book, you might need to incorporate some of the course content for it to be really meaningful as a book that someone purchases off Amazon and has printed and shipped to send to their home. You could do that, but for your course, your online course, a digital download is fine. Again, if it's a high ticket product, you might consider, the planner, the journal, and the workbook might be some things that you have bound and printed and sent to your customers. But really, it helps ensure they take action. You can actually turn the workbook content into a live session. There's lots of great questions inside the workbooks. So you could even just use that content to get people thinking, sort of like the journal prompts, right? Or you could do a class on completing the workbook. Complete it together. I've done classes where I do have a workbook for my customers and I fill it out, and I actually just do a session showing them how I filled it out, because people love to see that example. It helps them think. And if they're looking towards you as a teacher too, they want to know how you think. And, I would just I'll scan the completed workbook if I do it in, handwriting, or if it's already digital, then you just put it on the screen, make it as wide in the screen as possible, and you just work through it. Easy peasy, extremely valuable content that you can add to your course. You could also use as promotions too, right? You take some good snippets out of that workbook creation recording, or filling out, not creation, filling out the workbook video, and make it into, promotional videos, things that really make people think and inspire them to take action. Okay, so checklists. This is also part of the optional upgrade package. You get the workbooks and the checklists. But providing a checklist for your course is a really great idea. You can even make, if you've created your own courses, you can make checklists with ChatGPT really simply, or any AI tool that you like to use. You just give it all your course content, paste it in, or if it's a video, put the transcript in and say, make a checklist out of this. And it can absolutely do that. But what you want to do with checklists, obviously the customers can download them digitally. You can make it fillable where they check the little boxes. Google Docs makes it easy for you to check the boxes, or you can use a PDF creator like Adobe. I use PDF Expert is what I've been using lately, because I'm off the Adobe thing because they annoyed me by something Adobe did, so never mind. But there's lots of tools to do that. You can add it to your printed and shipped workbook. You can give this one. It's a good giveaway to give away, so that people can kind of see what's covered, right? They'll see what they need to do to achieve a certain goal or accomplish something, but they don't really have the how-to. So the how-to is something they'll need to sign up for. So it actually can be quite a good promotion for courses. And obviously it keeps them on track, keeps people from missing what they do. It's also good for you if you're doing live sessions and you kind of want to reiterate like what they should be doing next. Even referring to the checklist yourself will help a lot. I do hope that this has all given you some great ideas, whether you use our Better Me for the New Year package, done for you package with 12 courses, making it easy to publish and really enhance and make a wonderful experience for your customers, or you're creating your own from scratch, or perhaps hiring writers to help you out. Of course, using the done for you content we've created for you will save you tons of time and money. But the ultimate thing I did want to share with you is different ways to think about what all these course components mean, and what they help your customers accomplish, and what they help you accomplish as well, like how you want to create, action takers in your business that are going to sing your praises, that are going to become testimonials for you. So, as we head to the new year, it's a great time to kick it into high gear on really getting these courses published, getting those customers in there and building your audience. And we are happy to help you with that each step of the way.